Alright, so here are a few reasons why I think the Napoleon Dynamite cartoon was pretty mid and didn't live up to the movie at all. Now, the first reason has to do with the decision to make it animated. I think particularly the way they executed the animation here was pretty poor. I think there's a certain level of stiltedness to the actual animation, the movement, which creates kind of this blandness to it all. It kind of reminds me of what I used to not like about King of the Hill before I gave that show a more fair chance to realize it was pretty good. But anyway, there's a blandness to the stiltedness to the animation. Another thing with the stiltedness is it creates a problem for the characters' facial expressions not being very expressive. Going back and watching some of the original movie, I think a lot of the humor from that comes from the actors' performances, and the expressiveness in their faces really helps to enhance the good writing. But here we don't get that, so that hurts it. Another thing with it being animated is the fact that it changes the tone, where at times it's a more cartoony tone, less realistic. Other times it's more realistic. I love the realism in the original movie. I think it really helped to create a relatability to it all. So much in the original movie, even silly things like the time machine story, were things that really happened, according to John Heater. But for this, we get these more cartoony, tone at times. The plot lines can be either these like silly little absurd kind of cartoon stories that just kind of don't really work, or we get into these more cliched kind of sitcom plot lines, like an episode where Napoleon is caught between a feud that happens between Pedro and Deb, and it doesn't have the realism and the simplicity of the original film. The original film's lack of plot and lack of a traditional three-act structure, give it this uniqueness and this originality that the show just didn't have. And a lot of these different components lead to the show overall not being particularly funny. I think there are a decent amount of very funny jokes sprinkled throughout that did get some pretty hard laughs out of me. You have the same people from the movie working on this. You have Mike Sully from The Simpsons working here. So there's funny people, but overall, the product just didn't make me laugh all that much.